Her name is Dr. Callie Torres and got her name from Grey's Anatomy, MD, main dog.
And we love it when fans show their pets.
I had 5 cats when I was younger that were all named Noir. Noir the second, Noir the third, Noir the fifth, Noir. And now, about 10 years later, we got a new black cat. And of course, I had to name her Noir.
You know, I read somewhere that black cats are the least likely to be adopted. Isn't that sad?
That's so sad.
So I have 4 pets, 4 dogs. One of them is called Judy, and she's named after my great-great-grandaunt, who I actually met while she was still alive. Then there's Florrie, and she's named after an elderly woman that my grandparents and my mother took in because she was lonely and had nowhere to live. Then the other one is called Bobby. And then lastly, her name is Gucci, and she lives up to her name. She's very fancy.
I have a friend with a dog named Bob, too, and I thought it was so strange.
Yeah, like Bob, Joe.
Right.
Malcolm.
This seems odd.
Meet Bubbles. This is my pet Bubbles. And he's named that because he loves to play in the bubbles. The kids can claim that word genius.
Bubbles looks like such an icon. Go Bubbles.
I have an adorable 11-pound Yorkie that I named Cooper because I was convinced my next car would be a Mini Cooper. Now I drive a Jeep, so he's the only Mini Cooper I have.
Oh, that's so cute.
My rabbit is called Frank from the movie Donnie Darko. You know, Frank the Rabbit. Maybe he's evil, maybe not. I mean, you decide.
He's naming it for literally like the creepiest. I need to find an image. It's like the creepiest rabbit in like the fictional pantheon. First of all, standing like a human, like standing on 2 legs. And literally, and like wearing a really creepy bunny mask. It's so many good pet names out here. I don't know how you're going to choose your favorite one, but you're going to have to vote in chat for which pet you loved the most, which pet name you love the most. You can send that answer to the final round.
Rabbit. I don't know anyone with a pet rabbit. It's Kaylee with her 4 dogs.
Aww. Yes, we will see you in the final round. We will compete to be our weekly champion. But now we move right along to our poll. That's right, everyone. We're asking you, what's the inspiration behind your pet's name? Is it a family member? Is it a famous or historical person? Is it a physical trait like color or height or Mickey Mouse looking fur pattern? Or do you just choose a random name?
Oh, was almost a tie, but the random cute name wins. Wow.
Yeah, it reminds me of Tintin's dog Snowy, which I'm like, you could have thought about a little bit more. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I knew quite a few people with a golden retriever named Goldie. It's like, oh.
Well, this was such a fun question. Thank you all so much for your pet names and for voicing your opinions. I think now we can move right along to Saturday's question.
Ooh. On Saturday, we were wondering what's something your pet did that made you mad at first, but you had to laugh about it later.
Every pet owner has a story like this.
Exactly.
You cannot have a pet without them pissing you off at least like 3 times. Yep. I think for me, the story I think of, there was one time, and it's such a vivid memory, because my dog is tall enough that she can like put her head up on like kitchen tables and kitchen counters. And like, that's just if she's like standing on her legs, she will like perch and like try to like get up on the table, and she can. So case in point, one time I ordered a pizza with garlic knots, and I stupidly left it unattended because I was like, oh, she's like in my line of sight. I went away for a couple minutes. I come back. She's not there. Go downstairs. The full pizza is like on the kitchen floor, on the carpet, and the garlic knots and the marinara sauce is spilled everywhere. And she's just sort of standing there. She's like,
"What, me?"
Exactly. She was like, a ghost must have flew by. I don't know.
But she didn't eat it? She just destroyed it?
Yeah, she just destroyed it. She didn't really eat much, which was honestly surprising. I mean, kind of nice because I've heard that garlic isn't good for dogs. But like I did make her like sit there and like watch me clean it, because I was like, if you're gonna learn that if you try to mess up the thing, you're gonna have consequences.
Absolutely. That's great.
Well, this is, everyone has all these stories, so I am so excited to hear what people have to say. So without further ado, fans, what is something your pet did that made you laugh, but later kind of made you laugh?
So we have horses. I have a horse that's very friendly, and we kind of let him run in the yard every once in a while. And she climbed the deck stairs.
Oh
We had to walk her through the house to get her out because she did not want to go back down the deck stairs. She came up them just fine. Didn't want to go back down them.
That's incredible. It's like Studio 54 when the big horse just comes right into play. That's great.
Literally. And like, what? Now I'm just
I know.
imagining a
I have so
horse-
many questions.
Literally, like, did the horse do anything inside? How did you fit the horse? How did the horse fit through the door? Like either
Right.
door, the front door, the back door?
Yeah. How long did it take you to coax him out?
Yes. What did you
Great.
use? Did you use carrots?
We need more information, Chanel.
Exactly.
So one time I was making an apple pie and I left the kitchen to go like look at the recipe or something like that. And I got a little sidetracked, as one does, and was away from the kitchen for longer than I planned. And when I came back, the stick of butter that I had left on the counter was gone. And my dog was just like in the corner looking really bashful. And I was really mad at first, but now I definitely laugh.
Oh, God, that cannot be healthy for a dog to eat a stick of butter.
No. Although to be fair, if you're judging a dog's diet, but like by like the healthiness of what they're eating, there's so much of a dog's diet that's gonna fail.
Right.
They must have smelled and they were like, for me?
Butter. Ugh.
My only pet that I ever had, Gladys, the cat, who was left on me by a no-account roommate. I came home from work to find out I had a cat, and my kitchen was littered with the garbage bag by this cat who was looking for food. I hung this cat over the balcony and said, "This is your way out the next time my kitchen looks like that." We laugh about it today.
So can you imagine you have a bum roommate that sticks you with a cat that you didn't want, and then your kitchen just turns into a garbage pit? Huh.
I don't even know what I would do. That's insane.
Yeah, you're a patient man, Brad.
One day we decided to give my dog a bath on the same day that we had just trimmed the front lawn. So as soon as my dog got out of the bathtub, he ran straight to the front lawn, and then 10 seconds later, this beautiful white fluffy Shih Tzu, all nice and clean, comes happily trotting back, completely green and covered in dirt. So yeah, many funny pictures were taken that day.
That's great.
That's so funny. And once again, send the pictures. I need to see this.
Yes.
How big are Shih Tzus? Are they like this big? Because
I
I'm
think
just
they're
imagining
little,
like a green ball.
yeah.
A green ball of
Yeah.
energy.
Right.
What's something that my pet did that made me mad at first, made me laugh after? So much. My cutest dog ever. He would always go into the trash can and literally just destroy the trash can when I would leave, and I would come back to the trash can overturned, and it made me furious, so mad. But I gotta admit, it was kind of funny, especially seeing his face after, because he felt really bad, but he kept doing it. You know, he would wag his tail and feel bad.
Yeah, there is some challenge for dogs when it comes to trash cans. I know so many people that have to literally have their trash can like in a closet closed when they go to work. I don't know, but I think maybe they're just bored. Maybe they're hungry, but probably not. I think it's a boredom thing.
Yeah, I agree. My dog doesn't go through the trash, but she goes through the recycling. But like you said, she just like wants something to play with. And we have like a whole thing of toys in the backyard, but she just like wants something to really chew on, something to like
Right.
rip apart. And you can't rip apart those stuffed animals. They're pretty, unless you really go at it.
Yeah.
I actually have a dog we got a few months ago. I've always had dogs, and he's a little bit puppy, so I love it like that. We're able to chase him around and play a little physical faster. And I actually was able to catch him one time, and I tackled him, and I didn't realize he had gotten so scared. Well, he peed on me. So I was a little warm in the shirt, so I got pretty mad, but I was able to take a couple seconds and realize that you can just wash that out in the laundry, and he's a great dog, so I'm glad to have him, and I'm going to keep him.
Okay, I'm going to say you deserve that. You really brought that on yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Sometimes play can get too rough, and then you
Things
got to deal with the
happen.
consequences.
That's right.
The liquid. They say alcohol is liquid courage. Pee is liquid consequences.
Exactly. It's why you don't tickle your grandma, right? Mm-mm.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. These are some hilarious stories, like really incredible stories. Unfortunately, you're going to have to vote for one to send to the final round to compete to be the weekly champion. So vote in chat now, type vote space and then the number. So you can say which story was the funniest, which story resonated with you.
Oh my gosh. Is it a stick of butter? Is it the garbage? Is it a horse in the house? Wow.
Yeah, these are all so good. I personally have my choice. I think, but that's just me.
Yeah. Emma.
Oh.
Emma have the dog? I'm trying to think of what Emma had.
Oh, the grass. That's
Oh,
so
the
good.
little Shih Tzu in the
Yeah.
yard. Okay.
The green Shih Tzu.
That is funny. Good job,
Yeah.
Emma. You are a semifinalist.
Yes, congratulations. A very easy Halloween costume if you want to go as the Grinch for Halloween. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, we will see you in the final round. Now, folks, I think it's time we turn it over to you with our poll. We're asking you, how does your pet annoy you? Does your pet annoy you by digging through the trash, as we talked about, by being too sassy? Do they have really smelly farts? Or do they stealing socks? That's what my dog does too.
My Mickey is definitely sassy. It's like he wants to play, and then he attacks you. But the trash, of course. Anyone with a dog can feel number one. That's for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. Even if it's not the trash, it's the recycling. They always like putting their nose places that it shouldn't be and making a mess.
Something you've already cleaned.
Exactly. Fresh carpet, freshly vacuumed floor, coated in whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was another really incredible question. Thank you all so much for your stories. I think now we can move right along to Sunday's question.
So Sunday's question was, we are talking about pet goals here. So we wanted to know the best movie or TV pet of all time. So this is hard, right? There's a lot of good pets on TV and in movies. I would have to go with a classic. I would have to go with Snoopy. I think Snoopy is the best, coolest pet of all time. Total icon. Everyone knows who Snoopy is. And he's just so fun. So fun, and he's just very wholesome. I don't know. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I agree. Immediately recognizable too.
Yeah.
And also a trained pilot. Certified.
That's right. I forgot. Yes, it's like Buggles' jacket and his aviator glasses. I forgot about that. Yes,
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah. No, I also shooting at like an unknown enemy, which I'm like, did Snoopy have like war flashback? But yeah, no, that is a really great answer. I think many people would agree that Snoopy is just an icon in every sense of the word. And I think actually one of our answers agrees with you. So without further ado, I will turn it over to you fans. Who do you think is the best movie or TV pet of all time?
Okay, this one's easy, but it may be because I'm a bit biased, but it is 100% Skippy the bush kangaroo. Yeah, Skippy. I mean, who can beat a kangaroo that, like, jumps around town saving people? Like, seriously. Skippy all the way.
Skippy. Okay. It'll be interesting to see how Tabitha fares with our audience. I wonder how many folks from down under get this reference. I don't. Skippy's a peanut butter in America, right? That's all we know.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I definitely want to watch it now. Maybe it's like do you know that show Bluey? Maybe it's like a kid show with animals.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Thank you for the singing, though. We do like that, Tabitha.
Yes, love.
Best movie or TV pet of all time? It's definitely a tie between Appa and Momo from Avatar: The Last Airbender. They're just incredible. They're so fun. And if you've seen the Wacky Dreams and Nightmares episode, you know they've got some fun personalities too.
Now, what sort of pets are these? Are you familiar with these, JJ?
Yes. So Appa is a huge flying water buffalo, and Momo is I think it's like a lemur is like the one with the really big eyes.
Yeah.
A lemur, but with really tall, spiky ears.
Okay. All right.
They are incredibly cute, and Appa flies all the characters around, just sort of like levitates through the air and just sort of goes. It's fun.
Who is the best movie or TV pet of all time? That is the one and only The Beast from 1993's The Sandlot. When you hit a ball over that fence and you knew it went to the Beast, you knew there was no way that ball was coming back. That's the meanest dog who's ever lived, the Beast. Which, of course, spoiler alert, he turns out to be a big old sweetheart English Mastiff, as they all are. Man, the Beast was so great in The Sandlot.
So I like this answer because he's sort of taking a reverse role on this. Most people are picking out the cutest and the most lovable, and he's just like, no, the best one was the scariest one. I like that.
Yeah, and also I remember watching that movie, very good reveal at the end. There's like a final chase scene where like a kid is like running back to the baseball field, being chased by the Beast, trying to like get the ball back. So, hey, you want a dog that's going to protect your lawn? The Beast is the one you call.
The Beast.
I'm guessing best pets from a movie would probably be from Cinderella, all the mice, because they were extremely helpful, and the fat one, Gus Gus, is ridiculously cute.
Oh, she's smart. The mice from Cinderella rocked it, right?
Yeah. And if you ever want to be a seamstress or a sewer, call the mice and they'll teach you.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Hands down, the best pet of all time. I'm going to go ahead and not just limit it to movies or TV. We're talking fiction. The best movie pet, TV pet, fictional pet, the number one, the king. You can't beat him. We're talking Snoopy. Snoopy is the GOAT. He is the best, and no one will ever take his crown.
Could not agree more.
There you
100%. It is Snoopy. I agree.
Yeah, no, that was very convincing. He was like, there is literally no other pet that could possibly even dream of competing with Snoopy. Everyone else go home. Everyone else take back your answers.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
Snoopy.
It would be the dog out of Underdog, the movie. I watched it a lot, like a ton back when I was little. And I just remember having him for your pet would be like great.
Yes, a pet superhero. Who wouldn't want that?
Oh, I didn't know that was what Underdog was.
Yeah, he flies through the air. Underdog.
Isn't there also a super mouse?
Yeah. Who was that super mouse? Was it just Super Mouse? Was that the name of it?
Maybe.
Ooh, we'll have to look that up.
We'll look it up. We'll get back
familiar.
to you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is an amazing set of answers. We have Snoopy, we got Underdog, a super dog, we got some fictional pets that are just like fictional species. So many great options. Vote in chat for your favorite answer by typing vote space and then the number of the answer you love the most, and you can send them to the final round, make them the weekly champion.
Oh man, I really like the mice from Cinderella answer. I would never have thought of that.
Yeah, no, that is it's a deep, as the kids say, a deep cut, which is like a very nostalgic answer. It's good.
Yeah, but I like the Beast too. I thought that was clever. And it is the Beast from the Sandlot. He says he says, and you agreed, fans. The Beast is the best TV or movie animal.
Yeah. I think you were right when you said a lot of people went cute, but in terms of practicality, in terms of like protecting your peace, protecting your lawn, call the Beast.
Call the Beast. Congratulations, Brett.
Yes, so you'll see you in the final round. And now, fans, it's time for our poll. So we're asking you who you think the best movie or TV pet of all time is. Oh, is it Scooby Doo? Surprised no one said that one. Is it Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon? Perry the Platypus, Phineas and Ferb, love. or is it Garfield?
Garfield was kind of grumpy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Scooby Doo, where are you? That's our winner. No, not really a surprise there, right? I think you're right. It's surprising nobody picked Scooby Doo off the get go there, but it's a good one.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, talk about practical. You have a dog that not just protecting your lawn, protecting your community, solving mysteries. Just as
Like
long
a
as you have
forensic
enough-
scientist. Yeah,
Yeah.
that dog's it.
a DNA analyst. I also, before we move on, I do just want to say that the polls that we're sending out, you can definitely vote in chat for the polls. But if you want to answer these polls before the show, we release them as community posts on our YouTube channel throughout the week each day. So you can vote for those by subscribing to our channel and just each day checking and voting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I feel like we always forget to mention that, but
Yeah.
it's key. Yeah, this was another amazing question. I think we can chug right along to our question from Monday.
So on Monday, we said, if you could ask your pet one question and if they could answer, what would you want to know?
This is a good one. Yeah, I feel like the amount of times the amount that I talk to my dog, even when she can't talk back, I feel like just one question is enough.
Yeah, it's funny. I think I say like, why all the time? Why? Why would you do that? Or why don't you do that? Yeah. Why
Yeah.
would be mine.
That's a really good one. Just why, and it's just like, because.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would ask specifically for the why. I would ask my dog, like, do you know that when I like leave the house to run an errand, or when I like leave the house to like go out for the night, that I'm coming back in a couple of hours? Because I feel like she's
Yeah.
like, the way that she acts when I leave and when I come home, she acts like I've been gone for years.
Yeah. I wonder if it is a real stressor, you know?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's like because dogs are pack animals, and so they're like, you're leaving the pack. What are you doing? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, these are two very good questions. And I think a lot of people are also asking these questions. So without further ado, I turn it over to you fans and ask, what is one question that you would ask your pet if you could get an answer?
If I could ask my pet one question, it would be, what are the things that really make you happy, that you really enjoy in your life and want to do for the rest of your remaining years?
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's really interesting because we spend a lot of time like buying items and trying, different music or whatever to please them. So I think it would be a very valid question. Like, what is it that you want?
Exactly. And you can get into the specifics like, what treats do you want? What do you even use your toys? Yeah, I think that would be very useful just to ensure their happiness.
And stop wasting our money.
If I could ask my pet one question and they could answer, I would ask if they loved me, if I'm giving them enough attention, if they feel like their life has been fulfilled since they've been with me.
I feel like the answer is yes, just by virtue of this being a concern of yours.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like if you're worried about giving your pet a good life, you definitely like do all the things necessary. You just want to make sure. So I wouldn't be too worried about it.
If I could ask my pet one question, it would probably be why he always pees in my bed. Yeah.
Oh, no. No.
And what's bad, it's like, yeah, dogs pee in the house. They're peeing in the bed.
No. Oh, that's not okay. I think the vet should probably answer that question for you. I think something's up.
Your dog needs to get checked like now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If I could ask my pet any question, I'd probably ask him if he liked me. After all these years, I really want to know that because I feel like we're best friends, but what if he secretly hates me? That would be pretty sad.
Again, the answer is absolutely yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel
You
like
are
some
loved.
Yeah, I feel like some of the cats have an odd way of showing it though. I will say, like, I feel like I've heard before that they like, if they want attention, they'll get it, but they might not be always the most affectionate. But you give them a place to sleep, you give them food, so
Yeah, they just are moody.
Exactly.
If you could ask your pet one question and they could answer, what would it be? Yeah, I would ask him why he won't leave me the heck alone. He just bothers me all the time, and I'd like to know, why won't you leave me alone?
Because he loves you, I think.
Yeah.
Just wants to be with you.
He wants to be included.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it funny how everyone else is like, "Do you love me?" Like they're like, "Do you love me?" And she's like, "Get away from me. Stop.
Enough.
I know. I get it."
Right.
If I could ask my pet one question, are you an agent? If you are an agent and you can talk, tell me right now. And I will ask that because I be seeing all the movies, I be seeing all the cartoon movies, and I really feel like dogs can talk. When they bark at us, I really feel like they talk to you. I feel like if I could go to my pet right now, I would ask him, do you work for an agency? If you do work for an agency, I need to know. Let me know right now so we can both be on the same accord. I won't tell nobody.
That's so funny.
Yeah. No,
Spy cat.
What?
Or dog. Did she say if it was a dog or a cat?
I don't think so.
Spy pet.
Yeah. Speaking of Perry the Platypus, wore the little
Right.
fedora, James Bond saving the world, literally saving the world every day, and we wouldn't even know. Well, this is a great set of questions, but now it's time to vote for your favorite one and send one to the final round. So you can vote by typing vote space and the number of the answer that you love the most, the question that you would want to ask. And yeah, there's some good ones in here. I don't know how you're going to choose.
Oh, gosh.
The third one
I
is
would
the sad.
I'd have to vote for Vivian just because I think she deserves to know the answer as to why her dog wets the bed.
Yeah. No, I think she's gone through the most. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously the most laundry detergent.
Oh, but it's Frank. And Frank was wondering about the love, right?
Yeah.
Oh, rest assured, Frank, your pet loves you.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need to ask your pet that because we will answer it for you.
Yeah, we got all the answers here at QOTD.
Exactly. Well, this is still a very sweet answer. Thank you so much, Frank. We will see you in the final round. And now, fans, it is time for a poll. So we want to ask you what you would ask your pet. Are you asking, oh, what's your favorite treat? Why do you go potty in the house or in the bed? Do you love me or my food? Or you don't need to ask a question. You're good. I definitely not vote for. I would do 1 of 3.
Oh, vote 3 is funny. But favorite treat. Again, we spend so much time and money and energy trying to figure out what they want most. It would be nice to know. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And especially like, I feel like sometimes they'll tell you without saying it, like, my dog will not eat treats that she doesn't like, which is good to know. But I
Yeah.
feel like just like, give me some direction so that way I don't get treats you don't like. Like, give me a flavor profile, give me like a texture that you like. You know, we can work so when I go there, I'm not guessing, I'm not trying stuff out, you know?
Right.
The dog becomes a chef and they're like, I want just a touch of rosemary, a little bit of garlic salt.
Yeah, exactly. Cilantro tastes like soap.
Yeah, exactly. They all have that gene. Well, another amazing question and more amazing answers. I think we can move right along to Tuesday's question.
Well, we were wondering this. If your pet was in charge, how would things be different? So this is an interesting question.
Yeah. Where do you begin?
Yeah, where to begin? That's exactly right. Oh my gosh. I think that for people with dogs, they would probably be driving all the time. I think dogs always want to go somewhere. They want to get in the car, they want to go to a park. I feel like that would be the answer for a dog owner, but I'm not a dog owner. So maybe you have a different idea.
I think that's definitely correct. My dog, like, whenever we're going somewhere, she sort of has like the expectation of like, oh, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna ride
Me
in the
too.
back, right? I'm gonna go.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, would stuff change if Mickey was in charge of the house?
Oh, I think so. I think we would be eating nonstop. I think it would just be a smorgasbord all the time. I don't know if it's because he's a rescue, but he always acts like he's starving. He's actually pretty hefty. But yeah, you would think he hasn't been fed for days and it's just a constant flow of food. That would be a lot different. I would be a lot bigger, I think, if he were in charge.
Exactly. Well, it's like I feel like with all the pets, if they're not sleeping 20 hours a day, they don't have like a pond for a water bowl and a feast for a food bowl, and they're like not like outside every 2 seconds, they're not doing enough. It's
Right.
impossible. But yeah, I think same thing for me. Harley, she would definitely like, we would be eating a lot, especially a lot of like steak, a lot of the human food. Honestly,
The
not much would be
finer
different, but
things.
she would be sitting at the dinner table.
Yes.
I think that a lot of people would agree with us. I think that a lot of pets would choose to eat, but that's not the only way that things would change. So, everyone, we're asking you, how would things change if your pet was in charge?
If my pet was in charge, I think we would eat all day. I think we would take a lot of walks. So I would be super fit. I probably would have a lot more energy. I think I would be a lot bigger because we would just sit, eat, and I think we would play all day.
Yeah, but she put a positive spin on it. We'd be more active, right? If we ate more, at least, we'd be able to burn it off.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like the times that I've sweated the most have been when I'm like trying to run around with my dog. She's a fast walker, so
Right. She's fast, and I'd assume she's pretty heavy.
yes, you have to like if you're trying to lift her, you have
Pulling
to
you kind of on the
hoist.
leash. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are my pets. I have two bunnies, Lop and Bun Bun. If they were in charge, nothing would get done because all they like to do is eat and poop and sleep.
And isn't there something else rabbits like to do, Andrew, besides eat and poop and sleep? Because I heard a rumor.
Yes, but the rabbits, they famously love to read. Yes.
If my pet was in charge, things would be different because we would definitely run out of food to eat because of how much my pet eats every day.
Yeah.
There would be no limit to how much they eat, and we would quickly run out of money for food. And that's how things would be different if my pet was in charge.
A lot of food motivated pets out there, for sure.
I'm also like loving how these answers are slowly getting at like the life that I would love to live, because they're like, yeah, it'd be so wild. You would be able to like frolic in the grass. You would be able to eat whatever you wanted. You wouldn't have to work.
It sounds good.
Exactly. That sounds like maybe we should let our pets be in charge.
If my pet was in charge, things would be very much different. We would not be working at all. We'd be going out on walks all day long, playing all day long, and probably digging in dirt.
Lots of walks, lots of dirt.
Hey, I can think of worse times.
My dog Emma, Puggle, half pug, half beagle. Man, my dog has been depressed her whole life. I swear. Like, she's a cat in a dog's body. She just sits on the couch and that's it. That's all she does all day. She doesn't approach to be pet or anything like that. Nothing would get done.
That's wild, though. That he has a dog that just kind of wants to be left alone, and it's very interesting.
Yeah. No, I had my old dog. She was kind of like that, where she was very to herself. And I guess it's like, I don't know. It's yeah, I feel like I think of dogs as being very social, but maybe some dogs are just like,
yeah.
No. Weird. Well, these are some. Oh, we have one more.
Well, if my pet was in charge, things honestly would be no different than they are right now. The only differences really would be that she would never touch cat food again. She would only eat tuna. And the other one would be for toys. If I touch them, move them, even look at them sometimes, she will not talk to me for the rest of the day and even the next day. She's very sensitive about her toys. So she would make it to where I would never know where they are.
Yeah, that's it's interesting that he says that she would never eat cat food again. I didn't even think about that. Like, yeah, they would definitely want. You said Harley would want steak, but I forget that cats also. Why not? A little salmon steak.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
exactly. So yummy.
Hmm.
And our cats, I didn't know that cats were could be that territorial. Just
Yeah,
like, don't
mine
touch that.
isn't, so I'm surprised about that too. It's interesting. We forget that they're like, beings, like they're not people, but they have personalities and maybe even a mood disorder in some cases.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Pets are just like humans. They're just like us. I
They're
think
just
is
like
the
us.
summation from this is that not much would change because pets are us and we are
Yeah.
pets.
Yeah.
Well, these are some great answers, some great what if scenarios, but unfortunately, you'll have to pick just one to go to the final round. So vote in chat by typing vote space and then the number of the answer that you agreed with that you find relatable. Let us know your thoughts.
Well, of course, I love Andrew's because he showed his pets, his little rabbits.
Exactly. We say it. We've said it every time. You got to show us your pets.
Show us your pets.
Yeah, no, I think that one is definitely good. Chris's answer is just so funny to me. Just like nothing would get done. My pet would just lay around.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. So people like the practical answer.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, they like it's very easy to say like, oh, we would just have feasts, but now it's like we would run out of food. The pet would need to go and get a job, put on a suit. Oh, wait, that's a good image. Like a cat in a suit and tie, walking into the office, going to the desk, typing.
Right. Exactly.
Well,
Well, good answer. You're a semifinalist.
Yes, we will see you in the final round, and maybe you'll be the weekly champion. Who knows? Well, now we move on to our poll. Everyone, we're asking you what your pet would do if it was in charge. Would you be having steak and chicken for every meal? Would you replace the furniture with scratch posts? No crates or cages, freedom completely, or nothing would change. Life is perfect already.
Steak and chicken. There we go. Not a big surprise.
No, as evidenced by the fact that pets will literally take any chance they have to eat what's on your plate.
Mm-hmm.
Next time they'll set out a plate for themselves. Well, this was another amazing question. I think we can move right along. We are careening towards the final round, so everyone get prepared because the weekly champion selection is coming. But now we're moving on to Wednesday's question.
We were wondering if you could choose any exotic pet to have, what would it be? This is tricky because they're dangerous.
Yeah, and they're definitely not used to being in a house, as evidenced by things like shows like Tiger King. I'm like, how do you
Gross.
even? I mean,
yeah.
I'm trying to think. Okay. I don't know if a ferret counts. Otter. I would have an otter as my fictional pet for sure because they just look so cute. They have their little paws like that. I feel like that would just be so fun to have an otter running around the house. But if not that, maybe like a desert mouse because they're like very small and you can like put them in your hand and just like, here's my pet.
Oh, yeah, they're cute. The otter would be interesting. They're not like beavers. Like they don't make a mess of your pond or whatever people have. Obviously, you need some body of water to keep them in, but right? I think they just like kick back and float around and yeah, I like that answer.
Yeah, they float around, they hold hands. And
oh,
yeah, it's very cute.
Oh, I want one too now.
Yes, we can get like the QOTD otter.
Yes.
That's our mascot. We have Sketch the cat and now the QOTD otter.
Yeah, perfect. I like it.
Yes, well, I know that we have some really incredible answers. Don't know if they're as good as the otter, but we'll see how they fare. So fans, we're asking you, if you could have any exotic animal as a pet, which would you choose?
If I can choose any exotic pets to have, I would choose a wolf to keep as an exotic pet because wolves they just so majestic, just so free and beautiful creatures, and that's why I'm picking them as the exotic pets to have if I could have one.
Ooh, that's another good answer. Can he possibly become another semifinalist? Because he just won the last round.
Yeah. Hey, crazier things. It's definitely happened in the past. Crazier
Yeah.
things have happened.
And Wolf is a great answer. So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, we technically all have wolves in our houses already, well, the dog owners at least. So it's not.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have a tiger.
If I could choose to have
Exactly.
any exotic pet, I would choose to have a snow leopard. They're pretty fast. They can adapt in their environment. I might even settle for even a cheetah. So
They're beautiful. It's a beautiful animal.
Yeah. Snow leopard. Yeah. They're very, speaking of majestic, I feel like all of those big cats, they are very majestic, very shiny, sort of fur. Yeah. I see it. I like the vision. Also, walking around with the snow leopard, people are like, oh, I don't want to mess with Shiv.
Exactly.
My exotic pet would be a fennec fox. I just think they're so adorable. They have really long ears, and they have cute little faces. I mean, it's basically a mix of a rabbit and a fox, and how can you not want a pet that's those two combined?
That's cute. I've never seen a picture of one of those, I don't think.
Yeah, it's another desert animal, very small.
Okay.
And so I think that would be fun to just have a little one trotting around.
Yeah.
My exotic pet, hopefully I'm not breaking any community guidelines here, but koala. He's getting high. I'm getting high. We're just chilling and vibing. Those eucalyptus leaves, they hit hard. They hit real hard.
Are you kidding me? That is great.
Oh, yes. It's you don't just have a pet that you can like walk around with. You have a pet you can get blazed with.
That's so funny. Okay.
I see the vision. That's so good.
If I could have any exotic pet, it would definitely be a lion. Because who wouldn't want to walk around with this big old huge lion, walking around town telling everybody that they're the boss and hey, I got this cool little pet with me, a lion.
Interesting, because a lot of people say tiger, but lion, that's pretty cool too. She wants to be the lion queen. I like it.
Yeah, I do feel like the lion is more regal because it has the mane.
Yeah.
I think you always hear that they're like the kings and queens of the jungle. So I think that's a smart idea. So these are some. Oh, we have one more answer.
If I could have an exotic pet, I think I would choose a pet lion, because then instead of being the Tiger King, I could be the Lion King.
Yes. Yes.
Genius. I think people are not just thinking of, oh, what pet is cute. They're thinking about like what pet gives me the best social standing, the best reputation.
Yeah. Street cred.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it's not the otter though, I have to say.
No, I'm not. We're not getting the otter because I want people to know not to mess with me. I have an otter, you know. That's for me. That's for me. Well, these are some really great answers. A good diversity of the animal kingdom, but you can only, unfortunately, send one to the final round. So are you sending the lion? Are you sending a koala? Let us know in the chat by typing vote space and then the answer you love the most. There's some good ones here.
There are. The snow leopard. I love that one.
Yeah. Because it's not, I feel like the classic ones are like the cheetah, the tiger, the lion. Snow leopard, it's underappreciated.
Right.
Let's see. I also like the fennec fox. It's cute.
Miss Campbell with the lion. I wonder, would you get a lion or a lioness? Because a lioness would be cool for a woman to own, right?
I agree. Yeah, I think if you want like the sort of, because I think the male ones have the mane. I feel like that could be fun. It might be a little bit hard to take care of it though. You might need a lot of like hair product to make it look good. But the lioness, I think that like symbolically, I feel like that's a very good pet to have.
Right? Well, congratulations, Miss Campbell, another semifinalist. And we're running out of room, JJ.
Exactly. Yeah, we have room for just about one more in our lineup. Before we decide who that is, we have a poll for this question. So we're asking you, which species of exotic pet would you want to have? Are you thinking a stunning bird, a big cat, a primate, or a sea creature?
Interesting that, yeah, nobody said a monkey or a gorilla.
Yeah, I feel like maybe those are a little bit too close to humans.
The
Stunning bird.
birds? Really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's a little surprising to me. I think because
Yeah.
I just don't like birds. I just feel like they squawk and poop and have dander in their feathers. Yeah, that wouldn't be my choice, but who am I to say? That's what the fans voted.
Yeah, yeah. And the birds are government agents. But yeah, no, I think maybe it's like the feathers, because looking at the feathers of like a peacock or a parrot, they
Yeah.
are like beautiful, like the feather arrangements that they have. So I could see aesthetically why you would want a bird.
Okay.
Okay, and the fans say bird, so we will
Bird it
put our
is.
faith in you.
Bird is the word.
Bird is the word, exactly. Well, this is another great question. I say we move right along to our last question of the week. This came out today.
We wanted to know dogs versus cats. Who's the best? And we want you to defend your answer. Clearly, the correct answer is cats. I think we can all agree on that, right, guys? Right, fans?
Yeah, I think it's very funny that we're hosting today because you're team cat, I am passionately team dog.
You know what? Dogs are just so much work. Like I can go on vacation. I could leave for a month. I've got an automated litter box. I've got an automated food system and water system. They're so self-sufficient. You guys got to find a kennel, and then you have to make arrangements for somebody to walk the dog. And it's just like another job. I don't get it.
That is fair. That is fair. I do think cats, I'm a person who really likes to like hang out with my dog. And so whenever I play with cats, they come by and they like check you out and run away. And so I'm like, I just want something that'll like curl up next to me. And I feel like I haven't had a cat that does that yet.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I have a cat story that I'll save for the end, but I cat sat for one of my friends and it was a time, but I'll save that for the end.
Cat sat.
Cat sat. Well, this is going to be easily the most passionate, heated, controversial question. So I think without further ado, let's get into some answers. Let's see, fans. Dogs or cats?
I say neither dogs nor cats. In fact, I think bunnies are the best. Why? Because they're fluffy and they're very obedient.
Andrew is really vying to win in the pet topic week for sure.
Yeah, no, he is pulling out all the stops, but he didn't really answer the question though. So
he said neither.
I guess that's an option. We'll count it. You showed your pets, and that's enough.
That's enough.
Dogs v cats. Who's the best and why? Super unpopular opinion. I'm going for cats, but that's because that's my mum's fault. She refused to have a dog in the house, so we never got to have a dog. So I had to become a cat person, and only because I bring one home while she was away. And I don't hate dogs at all. I'm a cat person, and they're very low maintenance, and I ain't got time for dogs. So I'm going with cats.
No one has time for dogs, man.
Hey,
too much work.
Hey, listen, he said he was only a cat person out of necessity, so
that's true.
I will count it, but on thin ice.
Dogs versus cat. Who's the best? In my opinion, dogs are better than cats because they're just a lot smarter and a lot more loyal than cats. And basically, that's why I think dogs are better.
They are not more loyal. No way. No way.
Yeah, I mean, my dog comes back to me whenever I call her. Sometimes I need to shake my treat pouch so that way she knows that I have like a doggy treat for her. But she comes.
All right, 1-1, folks.
Now, my choice is probably pretty controversial to most people, but I'd lean towards cats, even though I do love dogs also. But that is just because I feel like my personality is very similar to a cat. They're very independent, but when they want attention, they'll come over and they'll get it. So they can definitely be brats, but at the same time, they are really sweet. Because my cat, who knows when people are sad, she'll go over and lay with them and cuddle you and just try to comfort you and make you feel better.
I love that.
Yeah, that is very cute. And the cats, they are very cute, I will say. Twist my arm.
Fine.
So I'm definitely a dog person. Not that I do not like cats. I just personally am a dog person. I like to be active outside, go on a run, do everything. And I know that my dog is always down to go outside and play around or go on a walk or something. And I just don't like when an animal goes to do their business in a house. So they can go do their business outside, take care of it, and then they'll be good for the rest of the time.
Okay, she makes excellent points. Excellent points. I didn't think about that. I always think of a dog being so much work, but she's right. If you're an active person with an active lifestyle, dog is perfect for you because they'll always be willing to go for a run or go for a walk or, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, although I will say she mentions like going potty in the house. And while I haven't cleaned a litter box, so I don't know how bad that is, there's no worse feeling than just like walking around in the yard and then finding poop.
Right.
And sometimes finding it with your shoe.
Right. Right.
So count your blessings. You don't have to step in dog poop to be able to clean it.
Yeah.
I like cats way more than dogs. They're independent. I don't have to do too much to keep them going. But I'd rather own a dog. At the end of the day, I'd rather own a dog, which is why my dog is so perfect. A cat dog, best times. But yeah, cats all the way. But if I can have both, like a cat dog, that's the choice, obviously.
Interesting. So we really have two people who didn't actually vote for cat or dog. Like one voted for both, sort of, and then one voted for neither. So at the end, it's actually a tie, right? 2 dog straight up, 2 cat straight up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think there's only one thing left to do to really make a decision about who wins, and that is vote. So everyone, it's time to vote for your favorite answer and make the ultimate decision about who's better, dogs or cats. Vote in the chat to make your voice heard, and that person will be sent to the final round.
Oh, boy. Shiv voted for dog, but man, she gave really valid reasons for it.
Yeah.
So I almost have to go with her.
Yeah, I will say, both sides gave like very good arguments. Like even Michael's, I think the personality argument, it's like, if it works for you, it works for you, you know?
Right.
Hey!
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I like that. You should choose a pet that would be compatible with your personality, you know? I think that's great.
Exactly. I will concede cats win this round.
Yes.
Victorious, I bow down. But yeah, I think what you said, it's like at the end of the day, it's what works for you and your personality. So
yeah,
I guess the enduring question is you decide. You make the choice.
That's right. Well, congratulations. Michael snagged the last semifinalist slot this week.
Yes. And before we get into the final round, we have one more poll for you all. So we're asking you straight up once more, which pet is the best? Our community is now going to be able to give their, I guess, feedback. Are you dogs, cats? Oh, are you mice? Left field animal? Are you not a pet person? In which case, why are you voting for a poll about pets?
Well, all of you that voted, you should send in a video. You can still answer this question, right, JJ?
Oh, yeah. No, you definitely can. Even though you can't submit it for today's show, we're definitely going to be doing this question again in the future. So still make your voice heard. The debate rages on.
Yes, it does.
Well, I think we've done it. We've gone through all 7 pet questions for the week. We've made some huge decisions. Now there's only one thing left to do, and it is the final round. Yes. So we have all of our semi-finalist answers voted on, and now they're going to compete to see who is the weekly champion for Pet Week. Before we do that voting, though, we're going to do a quick review because we've been doing the show for a little over an hour. So there's a lot of winners to recap. So we're going to go through all of the questions and answers, and then you'll be able to vote.
Perfect.
Very exciting. So I think without further ado, let's start with that recap.
If I could have any exotic pet, it would definitely be a lion. Because who wouldn't want to walk around with this big old huge lion, walking around town telling everybody that they're the boss and hey, I got this cool little pet with me, a lion.
Yes, so Miss Campbell is answering the question, if you could have any exotic animal as a pet, who would you have? And she is going to be the Lion Queen.
So I have 4 pets, 4 dogs. One of them is called Judy, and she's named after my great-great-grandaunt, who I actually met while she was still alive. Then there's Florrie, and she's named after an elderly woman that my grandparents and my mother took in because she was lonely and had nowhere to live. Then the other one is called Bobby, and my mom named him. And then lastly, her name is Gucci, and she lives up to her name. She's very fancy.
Yes, so Kaylee is answering the question, what is the story behind your pet's names? And she is giving us 4 names with very different backgrounds.
Who is the best movie or TV pet of all time? That is the one and only The Beast. From 1993's The Sandlot. When you hit a ball over that fence and you knew it went to the Beast, you knew there was no way that ball was coming back. That's the meanest dog who's ever lived. The Beast. Which, of course, spoiler alert, he turns out to be a big old sweetheart English Mastiff, as they all are. Man, the Beast was so great in The Sandlot.
Yes, so Brett is answering the question, who do you think is the best movie or TV pet of all time? And he's going with a hit from the 1980s with The Beast. Beware.
Now, my choice is probably pretty controversial to most people, but I would lean towards cats, even though I do love dogs also. But that is just because I feel like my personality is very similar to a cat. They're very independent, but when they want attention, they'll come over and they'll get it. So they can definitely be brats, but at the same time, they are really sweet. Because my cat, who knows when people are sad, she'll go over and lay with them and cuddle you and just try to comfort you and make you feel better.
Nice. So Michael is answering the question, dogs versus cats, who's the best and why? I realized I forgot to tell my cat sitting story, but to make a long story short, I was cat sitting for a cat, for my friend's cat. I didn't know that the cat would bring in dead birds. I found one that the cat brought in. I didn't find the other one because the cat hid it under a couch. And so my friend had to tell me after that he was like, oh, by the way, yeah, my cat hid a dead bird under the couch. And it worked.
Oh, God.
But yes, but otherwise, as Michael says, cats are very affectionate. They are very great. The cats win the debate this time.
One day we decided to give my dog a bath on the same day that we had just trimmed the front lawn. So as soon as my dog got out of the bathtub, he ran straight to the front lawn, and then 10 seconds later, this beautiful white fluffy Shih Tzu, all nice and clean, comes happily trotting back, completely green and covered in dirt. So yeah, many funny pictures were taken that day.
Oops.
Big oops. Speaking of funny stories, Emma's answering the question, what is the time your pet made you mad, but then later made you laugh? And she's talking about her Grinch Shih Tzu. Grinchu?
Grinchu.
If my pet was in charge, things would be different because we would definitely run out of food to eat because of how much my pet eats every day. There would be no limit to how much they eat, and we would quickly run out of money for food. And that's how things would be different if my pet was in charge.
Okay, so Wei is answering the question, if your pet was in charge of your house, how would things be different? And he's taking the practical approach, and he's saying it would be a travesty, a tragedy.
If I could ask my pet one question and they could answer, I would ask if they loved me, if I'm giving them enough attention, if they feel like their life has been fulfilled since they've been with me.
Oh, Frank is answering the question. If you could ask your pet one question, what would it be? What answer would you want from your pet? And we'll tell you again. Don't worry, your pet loves you. We can say
Loves
that for
you.
sure. Oh, and that is all. So now the time has come to vote for your favorite answer. You can vote by typing vote space and then the number of the answer you loved in chat. And that person will be the weekly champion.
Oh my gosh. We've got a lioness. We've got 4 dogs. We've got the dog from the Sandlot. We've got cat with personality. We've got the Grinch dog. We've got Way who's going to run out of money because there's too much food on the table. And Frank needing some love, but it's Brett. It's the dog from the Sandlot.
The dog from the Sandlot. There
It
you
was
go.
an excellent question and an excellent answer. Well earned.
Yes. No, I think The Sandlot is an amazing movie, truly a classic comedy, so I can see why everyone voted for it. And I think that's a movie with a happy ending, which is very fitting for the Pets show.
Yeah.
So that is all of our questions for Pet Week. This was so fun. I loved all of these answers, all of these questions. I can speak for Trish in saying that we all had a blast.
Yes, cats won. Woohoo!
That's it. You're like, the cats won, and that's all I was here for.
That's it. Cats are top dog this week.
In the future, dogs will be top cat. Don't worry. We're coming for you. Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to Pet Week. Very devastating. But luckily, with the end of one week comes the beginning of another one. That's right. We have a new theme for next week, a new set of 7 questions. And I think, Trish, you have the intel about what that theme is.
Ooh, I do. Next week's theme is dating. So this summer, we've gotten so many great dating shows like Love Island USA and Love Island UK, 90 Day Fiance, The Bachelorette, and Too Hot to Handle. JJ, that premieres tomorrow. I'm excited. We're going to take you all through the dramatics and the weirdness and the nagging questions, everything about love and romance.
Ooh, this is a great theme. I know that a lot of our questions are about like the funny stories about dating. So I'm excited to hear some very funny like dating stories, honestly.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. But I think actually we can go a little bit further into the hints, I think. So Trish, do you have the intel about what tomorrow's question is?
Yes, I have your sneak peek here. Tomorrow's question is, if your love life was a candy bar, what candy bar would it be?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. So it's like, it's just describing your love life in candy. I mean, candy is sweet, so I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Yeah, expect a lot of puns for sure for tomorrow. For sure. But so that question will be available to answer starting tonight at midnight on QOTD.beyondtheair.com. You can go over there and you can check out the answers, and you can even record your own. But really, you can play anytime. You can play QOTD anytime. You can watch, you can vote, you can record, and you can even play our other Beyond the Air games like Sketch the Cat and Play Along.
Absolutely. Hey, make sure that you subscribe, guys, because that's when you'll get tomorrow's announcements and answers in your inbox. And thank you all again for watching. And we can't wait to see you on TV.
Yes, good to see you all. Bye.
Bye.